Another Shenandoah University esports broadcast. I'm your host, Ryan Blankenhorn, and tonight, 3 teams enter, 2 competitive matchups, and only 1 team will come out victorious in tonight's esports Tower Rumble. Once again, I'm your host, Ryan Blankenhorn, and joining me on the desk tonight is the one, the only, Kyler Apgar. Kyler, how are you doing today, my friend?
Ryan, whenever I'm sharing a screen with you, I'm doing the best that I ever could be. It's beautiful to be back with you here on this Tuesday evening to watch some exciting Overwatch action. I can't wait, man.
100%. We have a competitive matchup. The first one going to be Wolves and Mammoths in the losers finals. And as you can see here as the bracket. And then our second matchup will be the grand finals. The Barracudas already being there, our defending champions a few times now, going to be competing to try and defend that title. But that'll be later tonight. The first one we have is the Wolves and the Mammoths, a very competitive matchup coming up. The Mammoths already did beat the Wolves this round. I think it was last week, if I remember correctly. And the Wolves really are going to be trying to compete back against the Mammoths, trying to figure out what they want to do for this rematch game. But you know the Wolves are going to be coming at it hot. They don't want to lose this. They want to come back. They want to make this rematch, and they want to give the Mammoths a run for their money tonight, Kyler.
Yeah, you said it, man. I mean, last week we saw just incredible DPS play that was really the crutch of every winning team last week. So it's going to be exciting to see how they can continue coming into this week and if they'll be able to play up to that caliber. I imagine that they may be able to, Ryan. It's going to be fun to watch, man.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a competitive matchup. All teams sort of love that rematch, the ability to sort of just go back into that game and say, all right, I know what you did last time. It's not going to happen this time. And I bet all those players are really looking forward to that, ready to get back in. And, you know, we do have 2 different players for the Mammoths coming in. It's going to be Naiwo and WoW Classic. So it's going to be interesting to see, is that going to affect the Mammoths tonight, or are they still going to end up coming out on top for this rematch series?
Absolutely. 2 players that we've seen before step in and just do absolute damage. Naiwo and WoW Classic, as you mentioned, have been incredibly solid throughout. The Wolves are going to have a lot of ground to make up here, right? Like you said, they're going to have a fire lit underneath them. They have motivation to come in here with, and that's what's always truly exciting to watch. A lot of familiarity between these players, a lot of time to get some chemistry between themselves, and a lot of time to learn the weaknesses of players around them. So let's see how they're able to adapt going into it, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of going into it, let's take a quick look at our map pool for tonight. And by map pool, I mean the first map because, you know, things happen. But for tonight's map, the first map in this losers final series, deciding who will go into the grand finals to go up against our defending champions, the Barracudas. We have the wonderful push map, the Coliseum. I think I said that right. We did some Google translating earlier. So, you know, I think I did it right, Kyler?
Sounded great to me, Ryan. I mean, everything is perfect, so I'm sure I'm right with you here.
Well, ditto, my friend, ditto. So, yes, map number 1 going to be Coliseum, and push maps, you know, they're still the new map on the block, still the new map on the street, because a push bot is being pushed down the street. I really need to get a soundboard in and just, like, start getting the laughter noises. I think that would be awesome. But because right now it's just me laughing at my own jokes. I mean, you know, it's not terrible.
The only thing, I never want to interrupt in your beautiful monologues because believe me, I've got myself sitting over here. The camera's not on me, but I'm always laughing along with you. It's beautiful. Like you said, there's so much to be learned here on these push maps. So much adjustments to be made. Overwatch has been out for a little bit now, and these players play at such a high level and so consistently. You never know what you're going to be able to see coming into these because, again, so many of these players that have been coming out as well, they're trying to learn along the rest of us. So I'm excited to see how they kind of adapt and what they're going to roll out here.
Yeah, and speaking of seeing, it looks like the players are all ready to get into map number 1 here. Coliseum, the Mammoths, the Wolves, the rematch of the century. Here we are going to see who gets this grand finals. Map number 1 going to be making it or breaking it tonight. We have seen a few times that the snowball effect affects the Wolves, so something the coaches have been working on with the Wolves has been really resetting as a team, even if they lose one fight, to just come back in and stop that snowball effect from happening here. We are going to see the Rhine come out from BBQ from the Mammoths, as well as the Wolves. Basically almost the same comp here. We got the Lucio here and the Baptiste for Wolves. We have Zen and Moira for the Mammoths. Something a little bit different, something we haven't seen so much already, Kyler. Darkhue's going to find a nice headshot on a WoW Classic already starting the fight, but the Wolves are not going to push too aggressively here. They don't want to overextend themselves on this Reinhardt. They are going to try to get some massive ground holding and do some damage, as Naiwo is going to try and find control here, do some damage, but not quite going to find them.
Yeah, and I mean, par for the course that we had seen last week, Darkhu starting off so strong, getting 2 big picks there on that Sojourn. Again, like we said, coming into this, the DPS line was really the differentiator of these matchups. That's where we truly saw these games being won, and that's what it's starting off with right now. Again, Darkhu going crazy. Getting the pick as well, just pushing so far up, sacrificing themselves, but now before Alacath goes down as well. Mammoths on the push here, or rather Wolves here, continuing their push uncontested as of so far, just doing a really great job of ensuring they've got this damage still coming out continuously. BBQ doing well to contest here and just trying to get in. A lot of the trouble that you see here with this Moira pick, as that Fire Strike gets through and finally it's going to open up a lot of space here now for the Mammoths to get in. Let's see if they can capitalize on this. Naiwo going down. BBQ getting into a rough spot there with the pin and going down as well. Secrets on this Junkrat. It's going to be putting out a ton of spam damage, and there it is. Finds 3 now to open this up. King Swiffer finding Illusion on the tail end of this fight as well. Wolves starting off so, or rather, man, where am I all at here? Wolves starting off incredibly strong. Let's see if they're able to continue this up here, Ryan.
Yeah, and it does look like the Wolves will get close to this checkpoint here. The Mammoths were really holding a long time on this high ground, which caused them to give Wolves a lot of free space there. The Wolves are going to be getting that checkpoint now. BBQ will find Secrets, but is going to, oh no, get pushed off the edge there. Alacath's going to find King Swiffer. WoW Classic will fall, as well as Darkhu in return. Troll's going to find a nice pin. Is not going to quite find it. Going to have to back up, but is still holding this Shatter, I might add. Actually, let's take a quick look at that. Wolves didn't use a single ult that fight, and now they have all 5. Mammoth's going to be looking at about 4.5. WoW Classic probably going to take some time to build that Zen ultimate up, but Alacath's going to find a nice headshot. Illusion going to follow as well, getting out Troll into this fight. Now the Mammoths going to be pushing forward onto this bot, which is what they originally wanted to do. Very good resetting, something that we haven't seen much from the Mammoths here. So very good resetting, getting back into this fight, and now the Wolves do have a really good lead, but the Mammoths are getting these picks that are going to really cause the Wolves to have to back up and just restart their fights. Tyre comes in, but Illusion will get rid of that. Secret's not going to be able to find the value wanting to be found there. Darkhu is going to try and find some picks here, build up that railgun, and maybe get a nice headshot onto the Zenyatta, but not before Illusion's going to take Darkhu out. Alacath's going to follow, getting rid of King Swiffer, as well as Alacath finding a nice rail shot onto King Swiffer, and Illusion taking out another kill. Naiwo taking out the support onto Control for Wolves, and now the Mammoths pushing hard, pushing strong, and not giving the space back to Wolves, Kyler.
Yeah, no, Illusion just went absolutely insane right there. Found so many to really single-handedly push that, and now Mammoths are coming up and about to level the scoreline out. Again, both teams here now holding on to a bunch of ults. Wolves haven't really taken advantage of this ult economy that they've had just yet. I mean, the Tyre coming out, which is really rough. Wasn't able to find a lot with Overclock, but here it comes, Beat going out here just to keep the team alive and really win this fight and secure the health bars there. Very well done by Control, just getting that ult out to start recharging. Sometimes a lot of what you'll see players do is try to find the perfect time to use their ult. They're killing so much game time while doing that. Ryan, you know better than most people, I'm sure. Sometimes the best thing to do is just get your ult out, use it so that you can start recharging and try to get it up for another fight here. Yep. That's what we saw Control do there so well now, as we're seeing. Speaking of ults, an incredibly
Naiwo
coalescence coming out from Naiwo into the back line, and it's gonna pay off. Mammoths here, as they're gonna go ahead and get a team wipe point here and still be able to coming up on Bob here and retaining Trance and have that overclock online as well. Really great regain there. And let's see now what they're able to do with this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still sort of figuring out what Naiwo did there. It was just in the back lines and manages to find two. Control will find Naiwo, though. Stop that Reign of Terror. Alcat's going to find King Swiffer early into the fight as well. So both teams down a very vital support. Alcath will find Secrets, though, and the Wolves are going to be low. But what a shatter! Alcath will find Troll. BBQ will be falling down to Control, so that Shatter's not going to get the value that it needed. Alcath not going to stop yet. The Overclock comes out and is able to find Dark Q. Not going to find anyone else, though, as the rest of the Wolves are basically dead. Not quite going to find King Swiffer either. Mammoth not yet in the lead, though, so keep that in mind. Secrets and Illusion will trade each other out of the fight. That's the problem with projectiles, you know? You never know what's about to hit you until it hits you, especially on Junkrat. Alcat's going to get some nice damage here. Going to build up that railgun, and oh no! That's going to get Troll out of the fight. That's so unlucky for the Wolves. They're not going to be doing what they want to do now. Naiwa's going to find two. And with the loss of that Reinhardt into the fight, there was only so much the Wolves can do there to really recontest and win that fight. Secrets will find Alcath and put that Reign of Terror to a stop. But like I was just saying, Kyler, losing that Reinhardt so early into the fight, just a slight miscalculation on stopping that charge in time, and out of the fight goes Troll, and the Mammoths are just able to really capitalize on that, and now they have taken the lead by a 30-meter advantage. The Shatter's going to come out and find two, but the Lamp will come out from King Swiffer. No one will fall quite yet on the Wolves, as the Wolves are going to put a nice retaliation out. Darku's going to find a nice shot. Secrets and Control as well going to find their one, if you will. And now the Wolves going to push back on a about 30-meter disadvantage right now, Kyler.
Yeah, that massive Lamp timing there by King Swiffer on the Baptiste absolutely just kept their team alive and really enabled them to win that fight there. It was beautifully timed in. I wanted to touch on something that you said, Ryan, because I think it's a really interesting concept in Overwatch, that dying isn't necessarily the worst thing that can happen to you sometimes. As we saw there, like you said, that charge by Troll put them out of position and did just enough to where they were still alive, but it was enough for the Mammoths to really take control there. Great regain there by the Wolves to get back on now as we see them again really taking control of this fight. We're seeing Secrets getting 1v1 here by Naiwo in the backline, who is playing out of their mind here as this Moira character. And the DPS Moira is out in full effect. Wolves still getting some real estate, still pushing forward as Troll puts Naiwo down. King Swiffer here trying to line up what looks like to be a window, but it's not going to be enough. Alakath doing so well in the Sojourn, and the Sojourn truly has really been the story watch you so far. Such an effective character to have in the DPS line, almost essential, I think a lot of people would say. Again, both teams really feeling each other out here. Very hotly contested as of so far. Mammoth's doing a great job to really regain from the beginning of this fight and getting themselves into a position to be competitive here. Wolves now sitting on two ults here though, as the window goes down early. Big window, or big not window. I mean, it looks like a window, I guess. But shield to try and counter the shatter. Wasn't going to be enough here as BBQ runs back in. Wow, Mammoth's going crazy. Overclock goes online by Alakath. Not really going to find anybody, but it's going to be enough to sound kind of scary. Mammoth's doing such a good job of really just keeping their composure here. Again, early on in this round, they were looking like they were going to go down early. Wolves put out a ton of meters on them, but ever since, Mammoths have been doing a great job getting their composure back, and it looks like they've got another opportunity here to try and close this thing out here, Ryan. Yeah, and there it is, the first intro pick. The Lamp is also out, and Shatter has not been used yet. Illusion is going to be pushed down, and the Dynamite won't get the value needed, but Naiwo playing that DPS Mora, able to find Secrets. BBQ going to find two to follow that as well. And, you know, Kyler, something I want to mention. A lot of people complain about the DPS Moras. I'm going to be honest, if I ever see Naiwo on my team, I'm going to tell them to DPS Mora because, I mean, the amount of damage that Naiwo is just putting out right now, I mean, even with the Coalescence, just walks out and does damage. Will fall to control, though, on the Zenyatta, but, I mean, Naiwo, come on, buddy. How much damage do you need to do? Leave that to your actual DPS, all right? Illusion will find Dark Q. The Shatter is still online for BBQ, though. It's my favorite thing in the world. As Alakath, I mean, we speak of selfishness, Alakath coming in crazy saying, give all these kills to me, but Illusion's going to pick off Troll here at the end. Mammoth's really regaining their composure here, doing so well to get back on this, and now are right on the doorstep of the Wolves, looking to close this thing out. We're going to see DBQ here come down with the Shatter, find Secrets with the hammer, and get control down as well. BBQ doing such a good job of just commanding this front line, getting back and almost putting the pressure on the Troll and finding another one as well. It's looking like it's going to be close being done here for the Mammoths. The Wolves try to do everything they can to just desperately touch point. And I will say they're doing so well, King Swiftly getting on there with the Moira and finding Alicath, but it's looking like it's not going to be enough. The ball comes out here as well. BBQ just staying here. Gonna let themselves go down. Let's see if now the Wolves are able to take advantage of this. I mean, they're on point. Naiwa's gonna find the cold, put Troll down, and this is really all coming down to it now as we saw BBQ really allow themselves to fall. Control coming back and finding.
Oh my!
The Wolves are looking like they're gonna regain this point here, Ryan. Wow, what do you even have to say there?
I gotta say, Control is controlling the fight. That's what I gotta say. Able to find 2 headshots right out of the spawn doors there on the Kiriko. You love to see it. Alicath will find a headshot. Oh, that was just disgusting. Oh my. Okay, Alicath, chill. It looked like they were about to leave the fight, and then just nope.
Yes. No, these teams are really just staying engaged at all times. I mean, this is what we've really seen so far is they just love the fight. These teams do. They do not end it at any point. There's constantly action happening on the screen when both these teams are playing. And as we can see there, the Wolves not able to get a touch in time. It ends in favor of the Mammoths round 1.
Yeah, but you know, it's still that rematch match, right? The Wolves don't want to give up that victory to the Mammoths, especially because it will be their ticket to the grand finals to go up against those Barracudas. So this rematch match means everything to the Wolves to come back on top, to come back strong. And we saw some fantastic early game dominance from the Wolves there. They started to snowball a little bit later on, but I mean, you can see that the Wolves are a different roster, a different team than we saw a couple weeks ago against the Mammoths, and the Mammoths definitely felt that wrath. The pack came together, and the Wolves did some fantastic things that game, and now let's see what they can do coming into this second map and how they really want to go about that. So what are your thoughts that needs to happen for the Wolves to sort of secure and really keep that advantage going into the next map, Kyler?
Yeah, they're certainly looking like a team revitalized coming into this week. Like you said, started off that Colosio push super strong, and they've really putting a lot of pressure on the front line, found some early picks. I hate to say it, but I think a lot of what it's going to come down to is going to be if this DPS line can get out there and find picks on the Mammoths early. That Sojourn is going to be big, Dark, big play potential there. So let's see what they're able to do. They've just got to stay organized and really just make sure that they're getting back to point as quickly as possible, taking as many fights as they can. I think will be in their favor.
Yeah, and, you know, let's take a look at what the next map will be for the Wolves and the Mammoths going into map number 2, something we really rarely see, Kyler. Watchpoint Gibraltar, something very interesting. I'm not used to seeing that map even in my own ranked games, but then again, I'm pretty bad, so that's why I'm back here and not out there with these wonderful players who actually know what they're doing. But, you know, Gibraltar, a very high ground dependent map, something that the Wolves were doing a really good job on at the start of later on in the game, but the Mammoths at the start of that last map on Coliseo, they had great high ground control. I mean, they gave the Wolves a lot of space there, but really controlled that bridge. So I think this map could really go either way for the Wolves or the Mammoths, depending on how well these teams control that high ground. I'm thinking we might still see that Reinhardt as well, which is going to be really challenging for the attacking team to come up onto that high ground, do the damage, and secure that high ground against an already established team sitting on that high ground with the Reinhardt. So it's going to be interesting to see how the attacking team comes about it. Maybe they'll run that monkey comp we've seen a couple times. Maybe a Diva will come out, or we'll see Ball. We have seen Naiwo on Ball a few times. So it's going to be interesting to see what exactly Wolves or Mammoths, depending on the attacking side, what they want to do going into this next game, Kyler.
Yeah, no, I think you really nailed it perfectly, right? A lot of what these attacking teams are going to have to look at is how they're going to be able to break out of spawn and really disrupt that high ground that the defense has there at the beginning. Such a big advantage for them, and truly that's what we see at all levels of play in terms of trying to break out and push that first point here. So we'll see. I really think that this map is going to favor the Mammoths. We've just seen them stay so strong and just really stay alive. They're like a thorn in your side consistently with the big play potential from their DPS line as well, and their mobility. We saw Naiwo, just how they were able to get around with that Moira as well. So It's going to be tough if you're the Wolves here. I think you're going to need a lot of organization to really follow up on the dive, like you said, from that monkey, maybe a diva, maybe a ball, whatever it takes. But again, really just causing disruption, not letting that defensive team get too stuck in here. That's going to be the key to victory. I'm excited to see how both teams execute here.
Yeah, I am too, and it looks like the players are as well, as we are ready to get into map number 2 for the Mammoths and the Wolves going in for the losers finals, trying to secure that spot into the grand finals against our defending champions, the Barracudas. And we are going to see the Wolves will be attacking first, the Mammoths will be on the defensive side, and it does look like we are going to see a very aggressive push from the Wolves. They're going to be running that diva, it looks like, with the Tracer. Mammoths, though, not running the Reinhardt. They're going to have the Ball and the Sojourn and the Genji. So they're also going to be looking for some more aggressive pick plays as well. While the Wolves are going to be trying to push in, the Mammoths are going to be trying to find those backline kills as well. So Secrets will have to be really careful, as well as Troll, as their mobility to get out is going to be kind of low in comparison. It does look like here that WoW Classic is going to barely get out alive, but does manage to, as BBQ will keep them up. Also, BBQ on the support, I might mention. Something a little bit different there is BBQ is on support, as well as Naiwo. This time Illusion is going to be on the tank. Illusion was just on DPS. WoW Classic was on tank. So Naiwo will find Secrets. We've seen some great things from Naiwo on the support, and there it is again, the DPS support, but this time on Ana. WoW Classic will find Control. Illusion will find King Swiffer. Naiwo is going to finish off that team kill onto Dark-Q, and there it is, the Mammoths finding a nice dominant performance there. Naiwo finishing off that play and starting that, Kyler.
Yeah, we're seeing both these teams running some sort of stylized dive comps, right? Led by the Ball with the Genji as well. A lot of just dive mobility potential, a lot of dive potential there. Again, as both teams are able to just really put out a lot of damage very, very quickly. We see Secrets now on the Genji as well. Again, Control's really going to have to lead the way here and try to find something for the team to push in on. Both teams, again, just putting out a lot of damage, maintaining this high ground advantage and continuously putting the pressure on. Look at how well they move around the map. Ryan doing such a good job here of just rotating, keeping this point under bridge here and funneling the Wolves underneath here. No picks happening just yet, but Secrets is going down quickly on point there. Illusion leading the way and already has mines. Let's see if they get into that backline and utilize them here. This first point truly is a Hammond playground with all of those overhangs, with all of those bridges to swing off of. There's so much potential here for Hammond to just cause so much damage to you. I was talking about how the Mammoths really like to be a thorn in your side, and that's what they've been proving here. Again, with the way that it's able to manipulate this map and move around it so well. And who else but Illusion getting in and just finding one already with that slam on the hamster, putting that damage out. Secret trying to get in the backline here, but still so much damage goes down. That disruptor shot finds Secrets there by Alakath. Mammoth's doing such a great job of maintaining this high ground, staying there. Bomb goes out from Control. That's more so just to stay alive. Gets back into mech, but they're really the only one that's staying up here. They're probably going to try and escape. 4 ults online for the Mammoths. Tough time breaking through this Mammoth's defense here. Ryan. Oh my god, Alakath.
That was disgusting, Kyler.
Alakath just really knows how to shut the door. We're seeing Control here now swapping onto that Winston as well. Probably a lot better of an idea here.
Oh no!
I mean, Alakath though is just this is such a tough position to be in for the Wolves. Really just funneling out of that spawn door right into the right click of Alakath, and that's where you just find so much value here on this Sojourn. Will just put you down so quickly. That disruptor shot as well zones and takes them so much space. Although Dark-Q coming out now on the Sojourn of their own and finding a pick on Naiwo, and that's going to open up Control to play a lot here, who doesn't have to worry about the anti-nade as we see Overclock go on from Alakath. Let's see if they're going to make a big play. While Classic isn't able to find anybody with that blade, but we do see Control able to get that anti-nade out. Illusion now finding Dark-Q as well, and that's again going to enable a ton. Anytime you see that Sojourn go down, that's like a green light. But here comes Seeker with the Nano Blade and trying to get the Wolves back in this game. I was able to put them down, but if the Control's likely to finalize that, put that pick on there as well. But look at Illusion staying on point and staying very obnoxious here. Trying to find Dark-Q, but it's not going to be anything just yet. is able to stay alive here and is looking at that med pack like it's a glass of water, and they're able to stay alive in that desert there. What a great play by Illusion. This is what you want from your ball. Again, just be able to roll around and stay alive. Get in there and engage, just what they're doing right now. And look at that Nano now come out by Naiwu. Again, big sleep there, but Illusion's going to get back up. Let's see how they're able to do here. Mammoth's just looking to really close this thing out as the game goes into overtime here. Now we'll find Stark here. That's going to be big now for the Mammoths to try and pick this first round away with a big hard hold here. And the Mammoths are finding picks all over the place. Control has this primal range. It is desperately trying to get the kill on Naiwu, which they're going to do, but they are the only one left on this point. It would be miraculous if they were able to save this for their team right now. Ryan trying to stay alive, health dwindling down slowly but surely. And there it goes. Wow, Classic's able to put the nail in the coffin. Mammoth with a hard hold on this first Gibraltar push, Ryan.
Yeah, and I mean, what can you really say about that map there other than Illusion was just causing so much commotion on that Wrecking Ball, Kyler, just doing ball's work there and just slamming on cooldown. I mean, you can't sleep on the fact that Naiwo, though, either, having Sleep Dart so frequently and just exactly when needed. Naiwo as well as Troll for Wolves sleeping Illusion a lot of times. Both of these Anas doing phenomenal jobs sleeping these targets and just barely getting out alive. And we just saw Naiwo was getting primal rage by the monkey from Wolves and is just very slightly able to get out alive there with a sliver of HP. And the Mammoths ended up coming out on top there, which was just incredible to see from really the entire roster from Mammoth, just doing such a good job causing commotion, stopping the Wolves in their tracks, and really just not letting them do much of anything because of the separation and the constant commotion that people like Illusion and WoW Classic was doing with the support damage of Alakaz sitting there, Kyler.
Yeah, man, I like what you said with the constant commotion line. That's going to live in my head rent-free because that's truly the MO of this Mammoths team right there. They may be down in fights, but they're truly never out. And the ability to engage so quickly after losing a fight is unbelievable. And it's consistently what's let them wins here in this Esports Tower series. As this one opens up here, we now see Control switching onto the Hog to try and possibly counter Illusion on that ball, but we see the hook misses there initially. So let's see now if Illusion's able to take advantage, pushing this cart, getting it where they're going to be likely get jumped upon by the Wolves, but Alakaz there finding Secrets early, who is now on the Sombra, and that's going to be huge for them because now the Wolves, the Mammoths don't have much to worry about here as they're able to just push in without the fear of being hacked. That's going to be big for them. Mammoths now have taken this high ground, and that's truly what you want to see if you're an attacking team. Look how seamlessly they move onto the high ground and start getting these picks. Everybody now falling for the Wolves. Mammoths now in a great spot. Illusion, who else has been really the standout performer here for the Mammoths, and they just do it so quickly, Ryan. They end that series before we even really get to catch our breath from the first one.
Yeah, I mean, really, that was such a fast series from the Mammoths and the Wolves there. I mean, the Mammoths were just so incredibly dominant at that map, and that's the Mammoths we've seen before and that you love to watch and see. And something I really wanted to mention there about the Mammoths were so many times on the Mammoths, their players were getting really, really low. But then you would have Illusion come in, or you would have Control come in, or you would have Naiwo come in, or Alakaz would find a pick. And the amount of peeling that the Mammoths were doing for one another just completely eliminated the fact that they weren't getting eliminated. I mean, they just did such an incredible job holding their own and just keeping themselves alive and peeling for each other and working as such a combined unit, which is odd if you think about it, because Mammoths are actually more of a solo predator rather than the Wolves. But the Wolves not quite able to capitalize on their advantageous positioning, and the Mammoths were just able to find some really good opening picks and different separations from the team, and that's what gave Alakaz so much ability to find those headshots.
Yeah, the Mammoths offense, they're really spearheaded by Illusion, who's able to just initiate that fight so early, slam onto the highest ground, avoid that hook, and then allow space for their team to move in behind them. And really, by the time that Mammoths took that high ground, the game was over. Secrets went down early to the hand of Alakaz, who was just a demon on that sojourn there. So really big shout out to the Mammoths. I mean, they're leading the series 2-0 now, going into match point. It's going to be tough for the Wolves to come back, but I mean, they've looked competitive. Like as they started out on Colosseo, we know that they have an opportunity to win, and they're just going to have to really try to stay organized again, like we said, coming into this. Show some fight, get the reverse sweep, let's see what happens, Ryan.
Yeah, and to start that reverse sweep, let's take a quick look at what the next map will be here. The Wolves looking to start a reverse sweep on the wonderful Parisio map. I said that one wrong. I know I did because I remember the Google Translate. Paraiso. There we go. Paraiso. You got to get the nice accent on the A and the I. Paraiso. There we go. I got it right there. All right, but there you go. The Wolves looking to start that reverse sweep on Paraiso, and the Mammoths going to be trying to secure this win and move themselves into the grand finals against the Barracudas, our defending champions, the force to be reckoned with. But if you are enjoying this series as much as Kyler and I am, then be sure to go check out Esports Tower on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at Esports Tower. Go show them some love. Go show these players some love because they have gone so far and done so much amazing things. These coaches have helped out so much to get these players at such an incredible level to compete at and give Kyler and I such an amazing game to cast. And if you like Kyler and I, be sure to check out more of Shenandoah University's socials at ShenU Esports. That's going to be on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. And then, of course, on Twitch and YouTube at Shenandoah Esports. So be sure to check us out as well because we also want some love and some support. So be sure to check both Esports Tower out as well as SU. But enough of me rambling, right? No one wants to listen to me ramble, right? I mean, people want to see the game, right? People want to see what's going to happen. Who's going to come out on top? Is it going to be the Wolves? Is it going to be the Mammoths finishing off, or is it going to be the Wolves coming in, clawing their way to the victory? It should be this, right? Not the fist. It should be more of a claw. You know what? Let's just get into the map. Let's go with that. Kyler, take it away, my friend. Map number 3, match point for the Mammoths.
And wouldn't get tired of it. We are moving on here, like you said, now to Price. So it's going to be a really interesting lineup here. Again, the Mammoths have looked super strong and historically have really been dominant on this map, or really any of these hybrids that we've seen. They look so strong, and if their defense on Gibraltar from last round is anything to be indicated by, we may be looking at a quick one here. It's going to be tough for the Wolves, certainly. But sometimes closing out a series is harder than getting those first 2 wins. We see that a lot. All it takes is one fight for this momentum to really shift in favor of the Wolves. As we see them roll out here with a pretty interesting comp, we see that they've got the Reaper, they've got Troll on the Monkey here, but Dark goes down so quickly, and you hate to see that, and that's what that Hog is going to do, is really going to just really dominate Dark Hue on that Reaper. The Hook is going to find so much value here and really just be able to make sure that Dark Hue isn't getting any value from that position whatsoever. Wolves are really running a pretty meta comp here. This isn't something that we're not used to seeing. Kiriko and Lucio with very, very high pick rates, really across the board right now, both really solid supports. As we see the Wolves now rolling in, putting some pressure now onto BBQ on this top line, who gets the Kiriko out early with that hook, just does so well and is able to stay alive with that first spot now, but now we're taking secrets down with them. A little BM as they go out as well, say you can take me out, but you can't bring your friend back quite yet. As we see them continuing to roll in now. Wolves trying to make something happen of this. Dark Hue finding WoW Classic, but Illusion putting Troll down as well. Both teams now kind of idling on this point. Illusion just hitting all their shots here on this BAP. Dark Hue now starting to find their rhythm here as they go ahead and try to 1v1 Naiwo, but Naiwo is going to put them away. Mammoths are going to regain and are going to hold on to this, Ryan. How do they do it? Man, Wolves were in such a strong spot. Really looked like they broke through the defense of Mammoths, but Mammoths able to just find those picks at the end, just stay alive. And now with this comp that they've got here, are really doing such a great job of maintaining position, putting the pressure back on the Wolves here. Let's see if the Wolves are able to really regain a breakthrough and try to get a tick here at the very least, Ryan.
Yeah, and I'll tell you how they won that fight. Naiwo managed to find 2, of course, because Naiwo was just a DPS support there. BBQ will find Dark Hue, but do keep in mind Naiwo fell down early in that fight, so it is a 4v4 here. The window is going to come out. Kingswave is going to throw that cleanse across the map. Not quite going to be able to keep Troll alive, but Illusion will fall as well. Alakath going to fall. The Wolves are definitely back in that wonderful scenario, but guess who is back from spawn? That's right, Naiwo. Naiwo is going to be looking to do one of those amazing clutch plays again. King Swiffer not stopping yet. BBQ is going to find Dark Hue back behind the man, right behind the Wolves here, and they're The Wolves falling down. Control will find Naiwo, but the Mammoths just able to come back into this fight. What a massive hook from BBQ. It's just the monkey left on point for the Wolves, and the Mammoths just coming back from... Oh. Oh, poor Troll, not being able to go back to their team the way they wanted to. I mean, the Mammoths just coming back from what should have been 2 lost fights now, and the Wolves just not able to secure that victory when everything, all hope was lost for the Mammoths. They managed to come back. I mean, that is just phenomenal kiting and coming back into the fight from the Mammoths, and you can't deny it. Illusion will fall, though, so we are going to see Mammoths are going to lose one early. A Blade comes out from WoW Classic, going to be looking. The Transcendence comes out from Naiwo. Naiwo coming in clutch once again. Are you really that surprised at this, right? Alakath going to be able to find secrets. Still has that overclock on cooldown. Not quite going to find anyone else, though, as WoW Classic will find control. Alakath and Naiwo will fall, though. It is an even fight here. Ultimates coming out from both teams. Troll's going to find WoW Classic. Wolves are definitely in the good standing here. BBQ will find King Swiffer now. The vape will come out from the Hog there, and Wolves really trying to secure this point here. Oh, there's the Primal Rage. Mammoth not giving this point up, but neither of the Wolves finding that kill, and there it is. The Wolves should secure this fight here, Kyler.
Dark shuts it down there with the Genji. I was partially expecting Mammoth to come back onto this point. I thought maybe he was going to get a huge play there, but very, very well timed Primal Rage there by Troll to keep it alive and really secure this point. Now Darku again shut the door with that double kill there to really open it up now. And now Cart's out, and now the Wolves have an opportunity to really try and establish something and get the Mammoth to be uncomfortable. Really find them where their defense isn't just yet, and they've done a good job as of so far, really just being persistent, staying on this point and keeping it together. But we're seeing here, look what the Mammoths are doing. Look how early they're taking this fight. Look at where their defense is, and this is really great in their favor, though, as we see Control, though, is able to find 2.
3!
Finding their own control on this. Lucio is being a beast right now. My God, the Mammoths are still winning. They are still continuously staying on this point and finding the pick.
Oh!
And even with the Control 3K, not enough. The Mammoths putting their defense so far up and just putting their foot onto the necks of the Wolves, forcing them to make a play. Such a tough spot to be here. To be in here if you're the Wolves, and these are fights that are so discouraging to lose, though. As I say that, Secrets finds Alakath and is now, the Wolves don't have to really worry about these sight lines too much. We see Illusion put the window down here for the Mammoths. They're not going to get a ton from it, and look who it is, BBQ hanging out in the back line, finding King Swiffer, and no Kiriko. It's a very sad thing here. WoW Classic popping that Blade, Whole Hog coming out here as well. Just a menacing 1-2 punch here from WoW Classic and from BBQ here, who were just really putting the pressure on Control, though. Able to find WoW Classic after the Blade goes out, but Naiwo and BBQ again combining to put them away here. Now we see Naiwo taking the lead as is Ana trying to really force the attack here. BBQ getting themselves into a tough position, but they're able to peel with that breather. Just such great cooldown management here on display by BBQ. Again, the pressure coming out here from the Mammoths, putting the defense so high up is such a good play, but we see that overclock now come out by Secrets, who says, it's time that we do something. Let's push it now, and you need to. If you're the Wolves, 30 seconds left, you've got to pick, but who else but BBQ hanging out in that backline and still finding picks. Alakath now finding Darku as well. The Wolves have 3 ults. Is it going to be enough? We see the Nano go out on Alakath and BBQ's out. This has to be the opportunity you're looking for if you're the Wolves. Alakath's so strong here with this overclock and the Nano as well. Hasn't found anybody just yet, but that doesn't mean nothing's coming, and there it goes right there. Finds Control. We see the Kitsune Rush come out here on top of the Primal Rage as well. We're seeing the Wolves do everything that they can to try to keep this alive, and Trolls finds WoW Classic. It's going to be big. Trolls finds 2 here with this Primal. We'll likely find Alakath as well. Secrets ends up closing the door on Illusion. King Swiffer putting Alakath down. BBQ finds Troll late in this fight, and that may be more consequential than you think now as we go in overtime, and BBQ finds their way back to point. 2 now. Cooldown on that breather, and a Whole Hog sitting here as well. We see the deflection come out early, and that's going to enable BBQ to come out here with the Whole Hog, and they know it, and they pop it. Alakath finds Secrets as well. Now, this is what the Mammoths have been looking for, an opportunity to end this game. Naiwo throws the nade onto Control, gets the pick. BBQ finds King Swiffer late here, and that is likely going to do it for the Wolves on their offensive push. Ryan, all things considered, they did a great job staying in this round and getting this part to even where they managed to get it to. But the Mammoths looked so strong the entire time, really looked in control on this defense. And now all they need to do is push this cart to the end of the first push, and they win, Brian. Tough fight there.
Yeah, and one big thing about Paraiso or I'm just Paraiso. I'm gonna have to say that multiple times. Like the old-fashioned write the sentence on the board 100 times. I'm gonna have to say it 100 times and then get it right. But as I was going to say on this map, the big thing is that first point. That first point, as we saw, is so incredibly really gives the defense that advantageous just sort of positioning just by default. There's only one way to push in to the map. There's on the attacking side. So there's really only so much you can do from the attacking side to win that. It's you have to kind of win 2 fights to take that point, or one very long fight, which is what we saw the Wolves do. Is when they finally got that point there, was they took one very, very long fight, and that's how they got the point. And that's really the only 2 ways to get the point, is to have a really long fight or to win 2 in a row. And the Wolves were able to do that. So we may see a victory for the Wolves here because they were able to get it really, really far. Pushing it through that first point is extremely hard as well. So the Mammoths actually have a really big challenge to get to where they need to be to win this. And I didn't actually realize that's the new skin for the Venom Mine. That's actually kind of cool, Kyler.
That's fresh here. Yeah, shout out to DarkQ for getting us a little bit of a Blizzard inside peek right there. It's going to be huge as we see the Mammoths engage here. Alakath and DarkQ really standing off here on the Widow. It's going to be huge as we see Illusion doesn't even give us an opportunity to do that, which is now going to allow Alakath to play for free with Secrets down right away. Troll, though, finding people in the front line, which is going to be big. We now see the Mammoths here rotating the point, just trying to get on and put the pressure on. Let's see what they're able to do. Troll's able to find Illusion there in that back line. We've seen these DPS warriors really be the star of the show so far here from both teams, trying to backline and get to where they can be. Been very fun to watch here. Wolves do a great job to regain well here. No, DarkQ. Again, one of the standout DPS players. Dare Alakath to stand in the sight line and puts them down here. It really is now able to find the Wolves some space here. And I mean, just continuously, really just showing off his mind. Oh my God, and as they do so, puts Illusion down as well. DarkQ, again, really been a standout performer here in this DPS line, has continuously flexed around on these DPS heroes and shown us their depth and what they're able to do. And as I say that, though, he was able to find King Swiffer, but DarkQ says, I am the supreme, puts Alakath down here and is now going to try and put WoW Classic down, but it's not going to be enough. WoW Classic putting that pressure on, doing a great job. Mammoths now have an opportunity here to capture this first point, Ryan. Let's see what they're able to do as we see Troll try to regain, and Troll does find WoW Classic, which is going to be big, but BBQ now pushing forward relentlessly here on this Sigma, who's a very, very strong, underrated tank right now, I would say so. Pushing forward, allowing their team to stay back and try and capture this point. Great job to shield off DarkQ as well and just, again, buy their team space, which is truly the name of the game here. And you look at BBQ here, just doing such a great job, not even getting any picks, but doing what they need to do to allow their team to capture that point, Ryan. Now, Mammoth's looking to shut the door on this series here.
Yeah, and the Wolves, something they didn't do that I thought they were going to do was recontest that point there, but they didn't. And I mean, it wasn't really because they really had a choice there, was it? I mean, BBQ was just walking in to the Wolves there, just really stopping them, from coming forward and recontesting that point. Like you said, Sigma, really underrated tank right now, and you can see how good Sigma really is. I mean, BBQ 1v5 basically to hold that space and was able to get the Mammoths to get that point with just one person on the control point there. And keep in mind, that's the slowest it can go. You can get up to 3 onto that point there to get it to max speed, but they only needed 1 there because of the amount of power and pressure that BBQ was putting on there. BBQ will find himself, though, in that fight. WoW Classic will find control. Secrets will be falling down to a nice headshot from Alakath. WoW Classic going to find King Swiffer, and the Wolves are falling short, but they are going to have 4 ultimates here, but they need to get back into this fight here. The Mammoths are also going to have 4 ults here, both DPS and both support ultimates. Wolves are going to have everything but the Widow ultimate here, and could be really, really good, but Troll needs to live Control will be able to find Illusion into this fight and get rid of that Coalescence, which is really good. And oh, both Widows not able to take each other out. That's going to leave those long sightlines still alive. Alakath fighting for their life right now. Not quite going to find it. Troll not trolling around here. Going to be able to find a nice kill on Alakath. BBQ will follow as well. Secrets is going to get a nice kill on the WoW Classic. Control taking out Naiwo, and the Wolves resecuring themselves in this game, Kyler.
You'd love to see it. Very well done by the Wolves there to stay on. And I mean, I think the biggest part of that fight was that we saw Naiwu pop a rally there.
Oh, no.
And didn't get anything of it, as well as the blade. But we look at Illusion trying to get into the back line and make something happen with the C9, but it's not coming about. It's just, yeah, we see Naiwu now switch out of the Kiriko, likely get a ton of value from that position. Tough to go through, and I mean, I love seeing both teams on this Sigma here. Again, Sigma just does such a great job of really keeping a great distance between yourself and the other team, which is why I think we were able to see BBQ do so well at holding up that 1v5 plays. We see the trans come out early here. Naiwu finding Secrets, Patrol finding WoW Classic as well. Both teams are really important picks here. Again, we see the window come out now. Big pull there by BBQ trying to absorb that damage. Alakath finds Dark Hue. Illusion finds Control, and now the Mammoths are in control to try and put this thing away, no pun intended. Let's see what they can do. BBQ finds King Swiffer here, is really starting to wrap up. Troll trying to hang on for their life. Is doing a good job to really do what they can of this Mammoth sweep. The Wolves, once more, they looked so strong throughout. Wolves put up a very, very hardy fight there, tried to do what they could, but the strength of the Mammoths stampeding down that main line there on Pariso, doing such a good job. Congratulations to them. Shout out to the Wolves for another strong showing, but again, Mammoths coming out on top once more, Ryan.
Yeah, and you know, that was definitely a different team of Wolves that we have seen tonight than we've seen in the past. So definitely a major congratulations for doing so well for the Wolves. Unfortunately, not quite being able to beat the Mammoths tonight on that rematch game. But the good news is, if you are a Mammoths fan, that means the Mammoths are going to be going into the grand finals for game number 2 of the night, going up against the defending champions, the Barracudas. The battle of the land and sea comes again, but we can't get there quite yet, so we'll be right back after this short break.
You want to rank up in Overwatch or Valorant? Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. We'll match you with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up.
Hello and welcome back to the Shenandoah University Esports broadcast. We are doing the wonderful Esports Tower Rumble. We just saw the Wolves and the Mammoths on their wonderful rematch game. And next we have the one, the only, the grand finals. We have the Mammoths coming up, and we have our defending champions, the one, the only, the Barracudas. And before we get there, we do want to take a quick moment to congratulate each of the Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from the clubs and have been offered scholarships across the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower Club members have received over $3.9 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. The players on this list are not only talented, but hardworking and driven. And we cannot be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities that these players are getting here at Esports Tower. And I mean, you can see it just right there from the game that we have already casted and the previous ones for Esports Tower Rumble. All of these wonderful players getting all these amazing opportunities. I mean, Kyler, this is just amazing what Esports Tower is doing.
It's always so great to see this landscape start to get fleshed out and how these players have really stake their claim in it. Congratulations to them. Shout out to Esports Tower for really allowing these kids to have a platform to now work into this field, and all their hard work is there. If you're watching this stream, if you happen to be here with us today, if you're interested in the collegiate esports landscape, there's an opportunity out there for you. There's so many amazing programs that now exist and that you can be a part of, whether it be at Shenandoah, whether it be at Boise State or Harrisburg or St. Clair up in Canada, countless others. There are so many where there are just incredible support systems, infrastructure in place for you to stake your claim out in the esports world. So get in contact with Esports Tower, get in contact with some national, local provider of esports. There is a place for you in this world, and I'm so excited to be a part of it with you, Ryan, and with Esports Tower here.
Yeah, I mean, it's so incredible to see how much this industry is growing and the support you're getting on all academic levels. And, these players are just incredible. And we just saw an incredible match from the Wolves and the Mammoths. And like I said, the Mammoths now going to be going up against the Barracudas. Let's take a quick look at the bracket here. The map, sorry. Let's take a quick look at the maps here for the Barracudas and the Mammoths for this grand finals series. First map going to be the wonderful push map, New Queen Street. I'm going to be honest, I like this one better, but that's just me. What about you, Kyler?
I think I agree. I'm a fan of just like how quick. On some of these push maps, I think one of the bigger things that you have to account for is your time just running back from spawn to the point to engage these fights again. And I think New Queen Street strikes that balance really, really well. Very fast-paced map. You're really able to engage right off the rip there, right in that middle part that they built out so well. Really, the heart of this map, it just allows for so many interesting fight dynamics. So, that's my very long-ended answer.
Yeah, of course. I mean, long-winded answers, that's all you need in life, right? So now let's take a quick look at the bracket and see what we have seen so far. The Mammoths and the Wolves taking up that battle and going up against the Barracudas because the Barracudas had that bye originally. Barracudas taking out the Mammoths, finding their ticket into the grand finals. The Wolves and the Mammoths fighting down in the losers bracket, which we just saw some incredible gameplay from. And now the Mammoths going to be able to get their rematch match against the Barracudas for this grand finals. And I mean, I don't know what to say other than this is going to be a rematch match of the century. I know I just said that, but I mean, all rematch matches are matches of the century. I mean, they really are, because you have these teams that are so pumped and so ready to go, and they're like, I know that we just went up against you, or we may have just went up against you, and now we get to show you that we are not the same team. I mean, we just saw the Wolves do that. Unfortunately, they did lose, but they were such a different team. And now the Mammoths get that chance. They get that chance to be the underdog here and really say, listen, we have had some great wins against the Wolves. We didn't win against you guys, but now we are a different team coming in. We're coming in strong. We're going to be coming in hot, and the Barracudas are not going to get this win easily, Kyler.
No, I think that's the best way to look at it. And I think a lot of what goes a long way for you, for the Mammoths as well, is getting these wins underneath your belt early on before rolling into these matches with the Barracudas, right? It feels they're able to really get some momentum on their side, they're really able to feel it out. But, I mean, we've seen the Barracudas be before. They've just been a powerhouse. They've been consistently so strong throughout these Rumble. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Mammoths can try and keep this up and roll in. But like you said, the Wolves look reinvigorated. They looked revitalized, looked incredibly strong there at moments throughout that first series. So I don't see why the Mammoths, they obviously have big play potential in them. They've gone toe-to-toe with the Barracudas before. So often throughout these matchups, it's really just been one major fight that separated these teams. The Barracudas have really always been able to kind of control that and always going to keep the pace of matches flowing. So if the Mammoths are able to really just slow it down, kind of control this, be definitive in the way that they finish out these fights, we could see something go differently this time. I'm excited to see what happens, Ryan.
Yeah, and that momentum, like you were saying, is really could get the Mammoths that win that they're looking for. So let's just roll in straight into the map and take a look at our very first map for the grand finals. The Mammoths, the Barracudas, the Mammoths, the underdogs, the Barracudas, your defending champions. Both these teams wanting to secure this win tonight for the Esports Tower Rumble. Both these teams going to be coming in hot, going to be coming in hard. BBQ on that Junkrat, Secrets on that Hog. Barracudas coming out on the Zarya, something different. Also, what I want to mention is Naiwo and Illusion on Barracudas. This time, no longer on Mammoths. This time, we're going to have Control and Troll on the Mammoths, something we just saw for Wolves. So something very different. So keep that in mind as this map is getting started here. And the first contest is coming up as the Barracudas are going to be taking this high ground here, Kyler.
Land versus sea, a tale old as time, as we see the Barracudas get early and take this high ground here off the back of Fulcrum here on this Lucio, who rotates them super quickly, and that's going to be a big difference maker in this game. It's how the Barracudas are going to be able to take advantage of this. Same with the Mammoths as well. I mean, we've seen Control consistently really performing well on the support line, as we see Illusion getting into the back line, finding BBQ early, and that's going to allow Turbo to really open up here and play for free. Fulcrum now putting Secrets down in the back line, who is divorced from the rest of the team there and wasn't able to get any support. As we see now, the Barracudas rushing in and really trying to stake their claim on this game. Started off strong. The Barracudas are pushing the Mammoths all the way back to the ball. Turbo finding control in the back end of that fight. And this is between the Barracudas do so well. They disrupt your momentum. They disrupt your pace so well. But I mean, as I say that now, the Mammoths finding two picks on tail end of this fight. I mean, the Barracudas are going to get a lot of free real estate here. Turbo trying to do everything they can to get out here and stay alive, but Troll's going to find them late here as we see the Mammoths try to get onto point and regain. But Barracuda's still doing a good job of getting what they can here, but the Mammoths are going to go ahead and shut the door on that fight, take control of the robot. Illusion! My God! Illusion looking like an illusion, getting into the back line of the Mammoths and finding a nade and getting out. That's going to be huge here as we see they get Alakath out early. Let's see now if they're able to take advantage and look at Illusion now. Going trying to be a menace here, trying to make Spawn really rough here for Alakath. Turbo coming in and fighting Troll. Comes out, but that's a big hook there onto Mango, who shuts down her coalescence there. And now we see the whole hog come out as well into the, oh my goodness, Secrets is finding hooks all over the place. I'm sorry, I can't even speak on Turbo's grab here, but Turbo follows up well, doesn't find a lot with the grab itself, but is able to still really control the fight with that, slow down the pace of the Mammoths, and now the Barracudas are in control at this point and try and further their lead here, Ryan.
Yeah, and the Barracudas watching their spawns because the Mammoths watching their spawns because they do not want Illusion peeking around in their tiny corners and trying to find those intro picks early. BBQ will find a tire onto Illusion to stop that menace from doing anything else. This fight here, the Barracudas are going to try and really contest this bot, even though they're down one. The beat will come out from Fulcrum, which is going to be able to let the Barracudas push in. Troll is trying to take this kill out. Turbo's going to find Control there. Turbo's also going to find Alakath, and Turbo just not stopping. There it is again. Turbo finding the kill onto Troll, and Turbo is just going full speed into the Mammoths right now, Kyler.
You thought your Zarya nerfs were going to make you free of this meta? That is not the case. Zarya is still such a strong and viable option here. I mean, you can really see why.
Wait.
Is able to just, oh my god, the
Troll? Oh, wait.
graph there.
Turbo?
Doesn't even find value, but it sends a message, and I think that's really all Turbo was looking for there, more so than anything. Who is just charged up right now and finds BBQ. Now the Illusion looking, trying to hunt for a nade here, going in and getting themselves back up, but they have an opportunity here to make an enormous play. Turbo finding something before falling here. So, Illusion not even throwing this nade, but just hunting like a shark.
You don't need it.
Waters, trying to find Alakath. Doesn't put them down, but there they go late in that fight. Still holding on to this sticky bomb here and really do damage here. Fulcrum finding BDQ here. The Barracudas just sitting at the spawn door of the Mammoths. They're now coming mighty close here, just putting this thing away. Secrets does find a pick there at the end of the fight, but now we're seeing that Turbo's coming back. This team,
Illusion?
the Barracudas. I mean, what do you even have to say about them? They are just playing for enjoyment at this point. They're trying to make it as long as possible. They want Ryan and I's lungs to go into collapse from having to speak so often. Naiwo coming back with an overclock, but Secrets puts that down, says no to that right away, but not before Control goes down as well. BBQ now trying to get turned up a little bit, finds a pick on the Fulcrum, but not before Mango is able to go ahead and just make sure that they are not sitting around anymore. We're seeing Secrets holding onto a whole hog here as well. And look at how chaotic the Barracudas just have this fight right now. The Kitsune Rush comes out with the whole hog as well.
That's
and
so
going
fast.
to do a lot of damage. Mamma Mia. Secrets finds Turbo as well. Illusions on Alakath, and I mean the Barracudas still haven't given this thing up super easily, but Mammoths are trying to find some ground here, try to even narrow this gap any way that they can. Not enough quite yet. Barracuda's now back and finding picks little by little. Secrets doing everything that they can to stay alive. It's not going to be enough. Illusion is just darting around the map like some may say a Barracuda, doing so much damage and really just continuously putting pressure on the back line of this Mammoth team. It's really, really rough for them. And now Barracuda's in control of that robot once more, looking to put this first map out in their favor. And I mean, Illusions right there, Ryan. I was going to throw it over to you, but how can we do that? There's always something happening where the Barracudas are playing consistently, always keeping their foot on the gas. Mammoth's now coming back into the find 2 picks. Mango now putting Troll in and trying to do something here. We see the graph come out as well. Turbo finds Troll, and that's going to be effective enough to really keep the Barracudas in this thing. Turbo keeping, again, their foot on the gas, saying, I will be the turbo maker in this game. Pushing forward continuously, trying to put damage on the back line. With the back line of the Mammoths really doing a great job. Alakath there with that protection. Suzu just able to stay alive throughout here. Cole coming out now from control as well of the Mammoth. Turbo shuts that down, though. Illusion puts Troll down as well. And now that's going to likely be it here, where the Barracuda's pushing ever so slowly but surely to the front here. We see that tire come out, but Naiwu shuts it down with the overclock. Alakath goes down as well.
Oh, Naiwu.
God in control also falls. This massive overclock here by Naiwu is enough to put it away.
Turbo!
Such a strong player with the 3K, and that's going to be it. Barracudas end there on the back of Turbo. Such a strong matchup, Ryan. You look how I feel.
Yeah, because I mean, Turbo and Illusion, it's like you're walking into a madhouse with those two, because Turbo is just speeding down into the spawn, and Illusion is finding these tiny little crevices that they can just hide in on Tracer and just come out of nowhere and get a 2K pulse bomb. I mean, I just don't even know what to say to that. The Barracudas showing a dominant performance on New Queen Street there and taking map number 1. And one thing I want to quickly just give a nice little side note, OW2 was the tracking from Turbo. I mean, onto that coalesce there from, I believe it was,
Control.
Yeah, Control. Like, the tracking was just phenomenal during a coalescing Moira, and then just gets the kill. And I'm like, wow. I mean, that takes some talent, if I do say so myself, Kyler.
You're 100% right. It's so hard to kill Moira typically when she's in those coalescence. If you're not a hog and you can't hook, as we saw happen to Mango earlier in that round, right? that Moira really seems like a sitting duck, but she has so much mobility. She heals so quickly when she's utilizing that. So for Zarya to go in there and kill her, what looked like to be on like 40 to 60% charge or so, I can really tell at the moment. That really has to say a lot about how Turbo, the level of their ability. And we saw that there. Slammed the door shut on that round with a big 3K to put it away. And I mean, Ryan, the Barracudas are coming out all guns blazing, dog.
Yeah, they really are. And, I kind of feel bad for Mango there because she just had to sit on the push bot that entire match. So let's take a quick look at our next map. Maybe Mango won't be stuck sitting on cart the whole time as we do approach our escort map. Will be the Circuit Royale. I love this map. They have a piano on it. That's honestly the only reason I love this map. But hopefully Mango won't have to sit on cart the whole time. I kind of felt bad for her because she would just had to be there. Like, you had Turbo and Illusion who were just running full phase into the spawn, and poor Mango's on the other side of the map moving the push bot. And I'm like, I feel so bad for her. I mean,
the life of a support main. That's what
it really
you
is.
have to do at some point. You either heal or you sit on cart. And either way, you're not playing the game most of the time. So
yeah.
It's, very, very well done.
Unless you're Naiwo on support. In that case, you don't care. You go do DPS. But
very true.
Let's take a look at this next map here as we are getting ready for map number 2 in this grand final series. We are going to see the Mammoths, the Barracudas, who is going to win. We are going to see Naiwo still on this DPS here. Mango going to have her chance now on the Zenyatta doing some damage. Turbo back on that Zarya as we saw. The Mammoths going to be running the Sigma with BBQ on the Baptiste. Control now going to be playing DPS on the Soldier 76, and Alakath, that menacing Widow that we have seen before, we are now going to see again here on Circuit Royale as the Barracudas are going to be coming out of spawn, Kyler.
Yeah, and I mean, I always love to see these Widow matchups that they run into each other. As we see Control finds the missile strike onto Naiwo early, and that's going to be big for the Mammoths. They're going to need that pick to come out and really just try to make a statement and slow down the momentum of the Barracudas, who we have seen, though, do such a good job of managing fights in this position. 4v5s, 3v5s, whatever you may have it, whatever combination you can think of, the Barracudas are not afraid of taking that fight on. As we see now, Turbo trying to find the flank here onto Control, and they do insert maneuver right there and shut that down. Very quiet movement. As I stated, though, Illusion goes in and finds Alakath on the other end as well. Finds Fulcrum as well. So now we start to see some space being made. Let's see what these teams are able to do. Turbo, I mean, it's just been an absolute animal here. Alakath finding Mango, though, and Illusion shuts that down here. Barracudas now have the advantage and will likely continue to push cart here. And that's what they do. The Barracudas aren't always coming out and just like slamming the fights on you, right? They're not coming out and hitting these 5-0s. Illusion there. Control, that's big. It has just been doing such a great job. They love getting in these positions where they have to just keep the fights alive and just be in positions where they're always, just kind of just putting pressure on, just shooting at you and really just making you make a play. That's what they've consistently done so well, and it's really the hallmark of their play. We see Turbo shoot the grav out here. Doesn't find anybody with it just yet, and as a matter of fact, gets a grenade to their face for their troubles. But Mango, though, finds BBQ here as well. Naiwu finds Alakath. Secrets puts Mango down, who is now on the Lucio as well here. Let's see what Barracudas are able to do. Gonna have a hard time trying to deal with Secrets here on this Sigma. We see Troll now here with the Trance online as well, which is gonna go along with them. Control here doing a great job so far on that Junkrat. Puts Naiwu out at the tail end of that fight. Gives their team a little bit of time to regain and get onto cart here. Let's see what they're able to do, though. Illusion.
What a sight line.
Here and finding Control now, and I mean that's going to allow their team to open up here. Illusion finding Alakath as well, and now it's looking like Barracudas are going to finish this first point here, Ryan.
Yeah, Illusion and Turbo just finishing off those kills, though. Barracuda's going to find this point. Turbo not stopping yet, going full face as well as Illusion. We saw it last map, and we're going to see it here as well. Illusion doesn't need to be on a fast hero to do damage, do they? Illusion's going to go in, and this time they will be on cart. Mango gets to go enjoy themselves and go forward with Turbo, really activate that Turbo essence inside of the Zarya there, as Illusion will be on cart here. But look how far forward the Barracudas are. Troll will punish Turbo for being that far forward now, and now the Barracudas are going to have to back up, but they got so much cart progress here that the Mammoths have to now push back into. The Flux will come out, but a Blade also comes out, and I was going to find that lamp. Control will find Mango there, and Secrets as well as the rest of the Mammoths are going to push hard into the Barracudas now. Naiwo will find BBQ in that backline. Troll will find Naiwo. Fulcrum will fall shortly after. The Barracudas likely going to lose this fight here, and what an incredible Flux from Secrets to really open up that fight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the entire time. Is just how well timed that Gravitic Flux was put out there. Again, yeah, like you said, was able to find one. That's really all you need to do with ults in Overwatch 2 now. It's not necessarily a matter of having to try and get these big 5K, 6K ults that you would see in Overwatch 1, right? I mean, all you need to do is ensure that you're getting value for, and that's what Secrets did there with that Gravitic. As we see, Mammoth's cleaning up now, did a great job here of really repelling that Barracuda's offense. Now we're seeing them get a little aggressive here, starting to pace a little bit. Window going down, Alakath finding Naiwu, doing such a great job here again of just trying to manage their space and make sure the Barracudas aren't able to get comfortable here, and that's really going to be the MO here for the Mammoths. Is just trying to keep their foot on the gas and ensure that they can put the Barracudas in uncomfortable positions. But as I say that, Illusion shuts it down. It starts to move forward here. Alakath goes down, Secrets goes down, BBQ goes down as well. Barracuda's doing such a great job now of flipping this onto the Mammoths, and now look at the space that they've made for themselves here and are able to push up and now put the Mammoths here in an uncomfortable position. Mango holding on to that beat is going to go a long way for them here. Probably try to sync it up here with the Gravitic Flux, but what do I know? She's a much better player than I am, so she'll get value out of it in any position that she uses it. Control finds Turbo here as well, but it might not be enough now for the Barracudas, who will likely be able to close this thing out. Alakath finds Illusion, but not before the Barracudas can go ahead and finalize that second point here, Ryan.
Yeah, and Illusion had so much free space there at that high ground, just really shooting. Doesn't need to get kills there, just needs to put pressure to really just get them to one-shot territory for the rest of the Barracudas, and that's exactly what Illusion did, but Alakath able to shut that down, but like you said, not before the point is captured. Alakath will find Naiwo, but Illusion going to shut Alakath down. Both these Widows just going back and forth, and there's the sleep dart from Fulcrum right in the face of Control. BBQ is on Mercy now, but will fall to Illusion. The Flux will come out from the Sigma, but Turbo's going to be stopping that in its tracks. Trolls and Secret will both fall down to Turbo now, and Barracuda's pushing forward as they're going to reach this next really hard contest point, as the Mammoths are going to be coming in with a couple of ults of their own. Barracudas are going to be coming in with a lot of their ults, and Naiwo is going to fall early, which is going to be really good for the Mammoths, because now the Barracudas can't push as hard as they want to due to Naiwo not being able to dive in, and it does look like we are going to see Control is going to, get really aggressive there. The tire does come out and is going to be going hard, going to try to go around, but not quite able to get over the wall,
lucky.
and Turbo going to find that kill on to the tire and stop it in its tracks. Alakath, though, is going to find Illusion. Barracuda is still making this a very long fight, but not quite able to get what's needed. Alakath with 2 headshots now, and Control able to find Mango, Kyler.
Yeah, no, Mammoth's doing a really good job. I was gonna say before that fight started that the Barracudas are looking particularly dangerous, and I mean, you know, they always are, right? They always have the opportunity to flip these matches on their heads. That's what we've seen them so often. But if you're the Mammoths, you got to be kind of encouraged. We're now getting into a moment here. Oh, and the big hook there.
Oh, Naiwo.
There by Mango to shut Secrets down. Very, very bold to play hog into an Ana as well. To be honest, so ignore me. I'm just chatting top of my head right now and being wrong. What we're seeing here now, Barracudas regain and jump on the point here. And if you're the Mammoths, you can't help but look at that clock. We're sub 1 minute. They have an opportunity to shut the door on the Barracudas and give themselves this opportunity early. Let's see what they can do. Illusion finds Control, and that's going to open things up for the Barracudas. And look at the pressure coming out from Naiwu here to go ahead and Alakath back in a spot, and what a disrespectful reflect headshot onto Alakath. Control is able to find Mango, but Naiwu now really taking control of this game, jumping in and putting the pressure onto Troll, who puts that window down. Troll now putting a lot of damage out and finds Turbo here. Now with the Mammoths with an opportunity to likely contest this point for the Barracudas. 15 seconds left, and the Barracudas are trying to do what they can to try and regain. They've got this point pushed really far, but I don't know if they're going to have an opportunity to touch this point again here. They've got 5 seconds. We see Mango trying to get in now with this Baptiste. Will likely get the touch out. The touch does go down, but the Mammoths are now in an opportunity to shut the door on this round and give themselves an opportunity to take this Circuit Royale map away from the Barracudas, who have looked so strong throughout. Fulcrum trying to get on with that Ana, but it's not going to be enough. The Mammoths, you can see what it means to them here with BBQ now switching on to that Mercy and celebrating all over. The Mammoths are able to get the Barracudas short and have a sliver of hope here. Now that's got to feel huge for them, Ryan.
Yeah, you know, the Mammoths, after that first map, they did not want the rest of this series to go that way, and that is exactly what we just saw. The Mammoths really just saying, all right, listen, we may not have won the push map, it may not have gone our way exactly, but we're not going to let you guys win this easily, all right? This is not going to be a 3-0. We are going to give you guys a run for your money, and there it is, the Mammoths able to shut the Barracudas down on that final point there, and now it is opened up the spot for the Mammoths to now win this map here, and honestly, Kyler, if they can get past this first point, I think it's going to be winnable for the Mammoths. They are really good in running with the momentum, and I think if they can get this first point, they'll be just riding straight through and be perfectly fine here. I think that's exactly in there.
Are you seeing what's unfolding before our eyes right now?
I have seen it, yeah. I'm curious to see what the Barracudas want to do here.
I can only imagine that it's going to be villainous as all heck right now.
What is this?
We see them come out here on the sim.
Oh no! Oh no, Kyler!
This is some next level memery that we're seeing right now.
Wait.
This is going to be
miserable
for the Mammoths to deal with, I think, Ryan.
I'm kind of, it's like so weird because the Mammoths came out on that far and that Mercy going to the right side, and so the Barracudas and the Mammoths were both so confused and where to go and who to shoot at. Illusion's gonna find Alakath, and Barracudas, I mean, you have Mango. She is so low there, but is still alive, and is somehow still alive there. How is Mango alive here? It is literally being rushed on. Illusion's gonna find secrets. Illusion's now gonna find control. The Barracudas just sitting literally on the spawn doors of the Mammoths right now, Kyler, and are not playing nicely. The cart in their sight lines, and I believe that's the Mercy and the Kiriko, that's BBQ and Troll, who are actually behind the Barracudas right now, Kyler.
I don't even what do you even have to say here? Mango is kind of setting as the bait right near point there, but is also acting as the contest that the Mammoths can't get straight out. We see control now coming on this Echo, and Find 2 right away puts the DPS line down of the Barracudas. This is going to be an opportunity they need to get this part out. Let's see that if they can shut this down right away. They're going to need to. They're saying, hey, we're not here to mess around with Kuro. It's trying to do what they can to push out of spawn, and now they take control of Cart Barracudas with a next level defensive ideology here. And here's what I will say about that, right? It does look like it's jokes. It does look like it's funny, and I mean, to an extent, it is. But what it allows them to do is get a fight early. They make the Mammoths have to fight them on point before they can even really get any opportunities here. And if you're a defensive team, that clock is your best friend. You try to get that thing down as low as possible, and that's what taking that fight there does. It allows them now to get down to this 2-minute mark, and look where the card is. I mean, it's only halfway through this first point, and the Barracuda get back on to this point and start taking fights here really in any capacity that they want. We see Turbo now switch from the Sigma onto the Roadhog, which I think is going to be a big pick for them to really start this thing off. We see Naiwu put the wall down early here on Sim and find Troll in the back line. There's some action going on back there, but same deal. Naiwu really shut that support line down and not allowing the Mammoths to regain their footing here. Control does find Illusion. Turbo getting stuck on that car. We see a little bit of panic set in before they're able to get that whole hog right off. They find secrets as well. Barracuda's doing what Barracudas do best, and that is playing these unorthodox styles and control the pace of these matches. They're off the top of the doors now, but they are still on top
what a
of their
hook.
game, finding hooks. Insane hook there by Turbo on this hog here, who's just doing such a great job. Alakath has put the wall hacks on here. for Widow, but not before Secrets is able to find Turbo here as well. Let's see if the Mammoths are able to take advantage of this, Ryan. Barracudas have been doing such a great job of playing the positioning game. Beat comes out here too by Troll to just allow the team to get some momentum, put Illusion down as well. Support ults online for the Barracudas, but it's going to be tough to do anything with them at this point. Control finds Fulcrum as well, and Mammoths now giving themselves an opportunity to get back into this game.
Turbo. Yeah, and you know, one thing I want to mention about these Hogs is, you know, with that breather, these Hogs have 1,000 HP on cooldown, if you really think about it, because they have that 700, and then breather does 300 more healing. I mean, you have so much HP, and we saw Turbo just walking into the spawn there. Secrets will find Turbo. I mean, this is just incredible. The Mammoths are going to be able to find this checkpoint here, and this is, like I said, Kyler, this is the momentum that is going to make or break the Mammoths to win this point here. Troll will find Naiwo, though, and now it is really up to the Mammoths to continue forward on that intro pick and just stop the Barracudas before they can do anything. But Troll is gonna fall. Oh no, Kyler. They need to stop the Barracudas before they can do anything else, Kyler.
What a shot by Allicat there, who gets put down and returned by Turbo. You said something that I love, and I think you're so right, is just taking advantage of that first pick. I mean, I think that's really the Barracuda strength, though, again, like we said, coming into this map, right, is that 3v5, 4v5 situations does not intimidate them whatsoever. Even if they have somebody go down early, you see Naiwo goes down in that fight, but Turbo finds the hook on a Troll right away and keeps their team right back in this. And now look, the Barracudas have control of this high ground, are pushing the Mammoths back into their spawn. We see Echo here, or really Control on this Echo, has been doing such a great job of putting the pressure onto Illusions, but we see the window come out here, and Mango's able to get Control out of that ult here. Mango finds Secrets as well, just doing such a great job. Sets the window up in an incredible spot here. Let's see if the Mammoths are able to regain. I don't know if they are. Big nade there by BBQ onto Illusion. Allicat cleans it up here. Now the Mammoths have an opportunity to push, but look at that clock there. It was at 1 minute and 12 seconds. That is a nightmare if you are the Mammoths and a fan of the Mammoths. Really big protecting Suzu there by Fulcrum to keep Turbo out of that
Secrets
status. Wait, Kitsune Rush comes out here. Secrets now on the whole hog, trying to make anything happen. Big leap there by BBQ. They inevitably end up with Turbo dead now, and that's a big hook by Secrets as well. And now the Mammoths have an opportunity to get this second point here completed and are in the home stretch now, Ryan, with 2 minutes left to try and take this map from the clutches of the Barracudas.
What did I tell you, Kyler? That momentum is exactly what the Mammoths are going to be playing on here. They have the second point here. They now have 2 minutes, and they don't have to finish to win this map, Kyler. It does not go into a round 3. They can win this. The Mammoths not going home tonight easily. They are putting up a fight, and that is exactly what the Barracudas are seeing right now. The Barracudas are going to have to play into the Mammoths now, as the Mammoths on this hog, and there it is, such a massive hook from Secrets. The lamp comes out. Allicat is going to find Fulcrum, and the Mammoths doing Mammoth things now, coming in. Control's going to actually copy the Kiriko here, and that's an interesting copy. I've not seen that one before, but the Control is going to find the work, going to TP out, and oh, what a play from Control. I mean, that was just that was a wow. TP's out and immediately goes into Echo form and takes out Illusion. That was smart. I mean, that was. I would never think of that. That's why I'm back here on the desk, Kyler. That was incredible. These players are so incredibly smart. Illusion will find BBQ. The trades are coming out, though. Mammoths do look like they're going to fall now, but it is okay. They have a minute. They have 3 ults coming online. They have the ability. They're only about 7 meters away from this victory. This is okay if you're the Mammoths. You can take a reset point here. You can calm down. You can reset, and you can come back into this fight and win.
No,
but oh no!
Death,
oh no, you can't keep dying though. You gotta push in and stop Illusion. Stop Illusion, please. Someone stop Illusion. Kyler, I'm scared. Kyler, I'm scared.
Oh my God, Illusion! Oh, this is no. You were so right, Mammoth. We're in a great spot there to try and just get another fight and retake. But they idled in that sight line for too long, and Illusion punishes them. Finds there finds another Illusion. Stop it!
Oh,
you
no.
are nuts. Control finds Illusion, but not before Turbo's able to make them pay for it as well. Looking like we're at 1 second, and that's gonna do it. Heartbreak for the Mammoths on Circuit Royale as the Barracudas shut it down there. Oh my God, Ryan, what did you just watch, dog?
That's a heartbreak for me. I cast a curse to that so hard, Kyler. Oh no. The Mammoths were right there, and they had the time to reset. They had the ability to come in. They had 3, almost 4 ultimates there, and Illusion just finding the shots. I mean, 2 in a row onto BBQ, is able to find the Mercy as well, leaves the fight, comes back in and finds an incredible grapple shot. I mean, you can't be mad at either team there, right? Mammoth had such an incredible push there, but Illusion just, I mean, I think there's a reason the name is Illusion, because that just didn't look real. It looked so much in the favor of Mammoth, but Illusion just halting that progress. And now we are on match point for the Barracudas, and the Mammoths need to really reset so that they can go forward and figure out what they want to do here, Kyler.
Yeah, I mean, the Mammoths did a great job. They were in position there. You said there's nothing to be mad at for both teams. I mean, if you're the Mammoths, you have to be kicking yourself for not just full out and just getting together as a team again and just re-engaging as one, because Illusion just picked them off one by one in that choke, and that was the killer right there. That's all that they needed to put it away. Mammoth had an opportunity, though. You saw so much fight from them there in that Circuit Royale map. So now going into this match point for the Barracudas, they have an opportunity to turn this thing around. It is not fully against them. They know that they can win. They have to be able to feel it out here. They have an opportunity. Let's see what they're able to do, Ryan.
Yeah, and let's take a look at what the next map will be here. Going to be determining either the Barracudas keeping their spot as the victors of the Esports Tower Rumble, or if the Mammoths going to be coming in strong and taking this reverse sweep here as the map number 3 match point comes in, Hybrid on the Midtown. This map has been known for some crazy plays. It has been known for some crazy rotations. It has been known for the beginnings of some reverse sweeps, Kyler, and that is exactly what the Mammoths want to do here. They're going to want to reset their mentals, or sort of think about what they want to do, what happened, what went wrong, what they need to work on. The coaches going to be working with his team here right before we get into the map and really solidifying some final thoughts so that the Mammoths do not go home tonight without a fight against the Barracudas, Kyler.
Yeah, I'm Midtown, anything but mid. Very strong map. Really, kind of like a compatriot to Kings Row in a sense. I mean, falling within that hybrid vein, but really kind of operating in almost a pretty similar capacity. I mean, you've got that underpass that you kind of see more so on like a Walsh Point Gibraltar type of map. But really, I mean, with how the rollout operates, with that first point, just really trying to get on there, you have a lot of different angles of attack that you can operate with. There isn't necessarily a hard comp that you need to stick to on this map. You really just have to find a way on the attacking side to break through. So it's going to be interesting to see what both teams kind of roll out on. Again, I know that the Mammoths feel like they probably had victory taken from their jaws right there, but they also have to look at it as an opportunity that the Barracudas are vulnerable. They have the opportunity to win. They have the ability to close it out. I'm going to be excited to see how they roll it out here.
Yeah, and it looks like the players are ready to get back into it here on Midtown. Match point for the Barracudas to take this grand finals of the Esports Tower Rumble. And this is map number 1 for the Mammoths to restart this reverse sweep and stop the Barracudas in their swimming tracks here. The Mammoths not going to be giving up without a fight. They've seen the weakness in the Barracudas. They know that it is possible for the Mammoths to win this. They went from New Queen Street, where it was not exactly in their favor, to Circuit Royale, to where they almost had it just meters away, and now Midtown. This is where the Mammoths prove themselves to beat the Barracudas and go forward. But the Barracudas, of course, not wanting that to happen. They want to end it here, and they want to stay strong. This time, Illusion on the Mercy for the Barracudas, Kyler.
Yep, we're seeing both teams roll out with the Sojourn here, which I think is probably pretty essential here. Again, so much opportunity and ability, and the damage output of Sojourn is something that you really can't ignore here. The Mammoths come out strong, and they find the first 2 picks here. Let's see if they're able to go ahead and close the door on this, but of course, the Barracudas are always able to find a pick. They go find secrets there with the biotic names. Let's see now. I imagine we'll see the Barracudas probably pull that, but maybe a little bit too much of an advantage here. But I mean, Barracudas again just kind of trying to push the button, not allow the Mammoths to get their defense set here. As we see the sleep goes down there in the front line. He's doing a great job staying alive. But Turbo on that Torb finds the pick under control. Fulcrum finds Alakath as well. BBQ doing everything they can to just stay alive, but the hammer comes out.
Oh no!
Ryan at least just beats the damage. Now we see BBQ wins. A little bit of a D-bag comes out there at the end. It says, "My hammer is reigns supreme." Now we see the Mammoth rolling out here. Barracuda's though going to find the control here. It now unlock a cart on this first point here, man.
Yeah, and I was a little scared there for BBQ. I mean, that was one-shot territory, but does manage to live that, and the point is captured by Barracudas, but Alakath and Secret's going to be doing some nice damage, stopping the Barracudas here. The Mammoth's getting pretty aggressive. Naiwo is going to find control, but BBQ will find Turbo. Naiwo still lives, but not anymore. Control's going to shut that down on the Baptiste, and the Mammoth's going to be rocking a couple ultimates here. The Barracudas also rocking a few ultimates here, 2 support ults, as well as the Primal Rage, but Illusion is going to find a headshot onto Secrets. I wonder what happened there, but the big shatter comes out. BBQ not stopping, and is just going to find some massive kills. The Nano is going to come out on to Fulcrum here, but no, actually, he's going to live. The Primal Rage is going to come out as well. But BBQ is just going to keep swinging the hammer. I mean, if it works, right? I mean, BBQ just used Shatter, already 40% to another Shatter now, and is not stopping. Alakath will find Mango as well. The Barracudas are just falling to pieces now as the Mammoths are just collapsing and capitalizing on everything that the Barracudas are doing. And the Barracudas are using ult stills. Illusion pops that Valkyrie. The Mammoths are going to pop the sound barrier here to really secure the Mammoths in this fight. BBQ somehow still living. I mean, you gotta respect these supports here, Kyler.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've really thought that BBQ's been leading the way here on this run. I mean, as I say, they go down big anti-nade in place by Mango, who's just doing a great job in the back line, as Ana just causing havoc at every possible turn for this Mammoths team. I've really liked the aggression that BBQ's been playing this Reinhardt with. I feel like it's been enabling a lot of big plays and really just keeping their team in this match as of so far. But we see the Barracudas again just able to find picks where it matters and start trying to punish the Barracudas or the Mammoths in any capacity, really. Secrets is able to find Illusion, who's been playing a very aggressive Mercy, which is always funny to watch. Turbo, though, on this Torb, doing a great job, finds 3 from the Mammoths, and now that is likely going to be enough for the Barracudas to close out this second point, and they are very, very quickly here, Ryan, on the edge, putting out this round.
Yeah, and you don't ever mess with the Torb. You don't ever mess with them. If you see a Torb coming out, you know it's going to be good, and that's exactly what we've seen. Turbo will find Troll, but will fall down to Secrets. Secrets will also find Illusion. The revive will come over to Mango, who now has Nano, and she might be using that shortly. The cart is now 3 meters away from that point being secured by the Barracudas, but the Mammoth's not giving up quite yet, as Alakath's going to find a nice headshot on to Naiwo. The shield comes out as well as the Nano, but Alakath going to find Mango with that Disruptor shot. I mean, oh, that's so unlucky for Mango. And now Fulcrum still alive. The Primal Rage will be popped 2.8 meters away for the Barracudas to win this here. The Mammoth's not giving up quite yet. Alakath just shooting that overclock onto Fulcrum and is able to find them there. And Alakath, what an incredible play. Just putting so much pressure and so much damage using that overclock, Kyler.
Yeah, Alakath been one of the standout DPS performers throughout this entire esports Rumble series that we've been doing. They've just been very good. As we see the blade come in from Naiwo, who were shut down immediately by BBQ, and that's going to be big for the Mammoths. You needed that to go, but we also see now Turbo going ahead and getting that ult out as well, and it's going to find BBQ, which is going to be very, very rough Let's see what we're able to do again. Very good Molten Core to just zone off BBQ well and get that pick here. Troll is able to put the turret down, which is going to allow Control to play with a little bit more space. Troll also putting that window down as well. Nothing really coming of it as of just yet. We see now Fulcrum diving in here on this monkey, trying to get in. Once more, going Falcon, trying to find a pick, but Alacath shutting it down with this Sojourn. Been looking very, very strong so far. The Mammoth's defense now been holding very well here with the cart on the precipice of breaking that second point. They've locked it up very well, and now under 1 minute for the Barracudas on the clock, the Mammoths have an opportunity to keep this cart very, very short here, Ryan, and also looking at a very strong ult economy as well. BBQ sitting on that shatter, which can find a lot of value as we've seen already. We've seen Alacath now coming up quickly onto this overclock as well. Secrets also right on the precipice of their ult also as this fight gets started here. The shatter goes down and it does find a bunch, but nobody's able to follow up on it just yet. Control is able to put down Naiwo as well. Alacath going down quickly here. Mango finds a bionic nade. Turbo is able to put Alacath away. Now Fulcrum nanoed up and ready to dive on in and support their team here. This is going to be it for the Barracudas. Going to try and put this part onto the point and put it away, and now they're looking like they mean business. I think they have the opportunity to do so. BBQ rolling back onto point, but isn't able to do anything right there. 2 meters in closing. We see that Mammoth's trying to get out, touch, do anything that they can, but it's not going to be enough. Barracuda's buying themselves more time here and prolonging this round, Ryan.
Yeah, and the Barracudas, they did get that point, but it's been such a struggle. The Mammoths had such a strong defense there. Unfortunately, both supports did fall for the Mammoths, and the Barracudas were able to really capitalize on that there. But oh, what a pin from BBQ, able to find Turbo straight from the long range there. And they are not giving up. It does look like the Mammoths are going to be pushing hard. They did not want to lose that point, and so they are not going to lose this round here. They are going to keep pushing forward. Fulcrum will find BBQ, but in return, Secrets will find Fulcrum. The lamp will come out from Troll there to keep everyone alive just for a little bit longer. They are going to need to wait for BBQ to come back. The beat comes out as well from Mammoth. BBQ does have Shatter. Molten Core was used by Turbo as well as Rally from Illusion. Barracudas and Mammoths both pouring ults into this fight here. Naiwo will find Secrets. Control will fall as well to that Molten Core there. Fulcrum does have that Primal Rage, which we've seen some massive work from Fulcrum on that Primal Rage. Alacath will find Illusion though, but the Primal Rage is going to be popped as well as Troll going to be falling down there. Naiwo's going to find BBQ. Alacath falling down with just a sliver of HP, and Fulcrum not quite able to find them, but does push Alacath into spawn as the turret will find a kill onto Control, Kyler, with 7 seconds remaining.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the Barracudas are now firmly in control of this. They haven't looked back since they closed out the second point here. They are going to be in overtime here, so the Mammoths really only just need this one fight to close it out, and you can tell that they know it. They've been learning from their mistakes on Circuit Royale, doing a great job of getting all together. Now engaging this fight, here they come. A lot of damage coming out for the Barracudas. Alacath is able to find Naiwo here early. Lamp goes down as well. Troll and Alacath again. Find two here. The Barracudas are low, but Fulcrum finds Troll and BBQ, and this fight is not over just yet. It looks like it was cooked from the start here for the Barracudas. Mammoths now going down, but Mammoths are able to find a here. Alacath finds Illusion as well, and the Mammoths once more, Barracudas push to their doorstep, and the Mammoths say no and leave a sliver of opportunity for themselves to keep themselves in this series. Ryan, they've looked very, very strong as of so far. The Barracudas, again, are really able to find fights, find wins, find picks, really wherever they are given. But the Mammoths haven't let that get to them too much here. They are bending, but they are not breaking, and they now have an opportunity, again, to prolong this series here, Ryan. You know the Mammoths have to feel the pressure. They're got to be looking for a win. They're desperate for one against their Barracuda counterparts. Let's see what they're able to do and what they'll be looking at here for their offensive push.
Yeah, the Mammoths, they can see that map win in sight, but the Barracudas, they do see that victory in sight as well. The Barracudas do have that sliver, knowing that they can lose, knowing that this can go forward, so it is not just a free win for the Barracudas here. The Mammoths can definitely still win this and turn this entire series around, Kyler. It is not yet won for the Barracudas, and the Mammoths have not yet given up. We saw some incredible defense, and if we see just the same on the offensive side, Kyler, Kyler. I think the Mammoths could definitely do some major work, and the Barracudas are going to have to try really hard here to stop the Mammoths before they get that traction or are able to come back alive and do exactly what we just saw on the defensive side, Kyler.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Mammoths have clearly shown their mettle, right? They deserve to be here, and they deserve a win against the Barracudas so long as they're able to really keep it together. It keeps the pressure on in any capacity. The Barracudas running a pretty tough comp here. On its face, it may look kind of beamy, it may look kind of funny, and to some capacity it kind of is. But it's very bulky, and it's going to be hard for the Mammoths to really push into this with the turret of the Torb, with the sentry mode of the Bastion. Well, as we see the Mammoths take this long route here underneath, it really negate all of that with great rotation there. Let's see now what they're able to do coming out quickly. The pin goes down onto BBQ. BBQ taking a ton of damage here. An illusion finds Secret, shuts it down for the Barracudas early, and that is a great adjustment there by the Barracudas. Very, very smart rollout by the Mammoths, all things considered, to really roll out there, stay together. They just idled a little bit. The nade by Mango was massive to put the pressure onto BBQ and Control as well, and the Barracudas just on it and did everything necessary to really clean that up appropriately, Ryan. I mean, they looked very, very good here. It's going to be tough again for the Mammoths to try and break through this defense. They're going back again into the same way. Let's see if it really yields any results for them as well. Look at the off-angle by Illusion here, though, that they're taking and the damage they do. Secrets is able to find Mango, though. That's going to be a big opening here, but BBQ going down is going to be tough now. And here come the picks from the Barracudas. Mammoths trying to rotate to point, are able to get one tick out. That's going to be good for them. I mean, that'll hold that point there now. They have the opportunity to try and push forward. BBQ knows that with that push, the Barracudas are going to be away from that high ground that they love so much, and now they're going to be able to push through. They don't have to go through that doorway any longer, but here come the Barracudas again, trying to set up in this position here. They're doing such a great job of playing around that high ground. The Mammoths are idling a little bit too much to make the decision, but not before. Now we'll find Secrets here. They are able to get the trance out early.
Oh.
Let's see if they're able to capitalize on it. It's not looking like it. Turbo on that there. Torb is doing so much damage. 4 of them in the kill feed. That's going to be big now for the Barracudas. Mammoths now under 2 minutes, Ryan. They need a big push here.
Yeah, and I mean, what did I tell you? Don't mess with the Torbs. When you see a Torb pulled out in these high-level games, Kyler, you don't mess with them. I mean, you just saw there, Turbo finding 4. The multi-core will come out, and I was going to find that lamp, and will eventually find Troll as well. The artillery strike coming out. Turbo is going to find that multi-core kill onto BBQ, as well as one following onto Secrets, as well as another one onto Control. Alakath will find Naiwo before that ultimate is used, but Illusion will find a headshot onto Alakath. But I mean, there it is. Another 3K for Illusion there on the Torb, Kyler. I mean, I don't know what to say other than I've just said it. You don't mess with these high-level Torbs. You just don't. Torb is one of those heroes that you don't see often, but when you do, if you mess with them, you're going to regret it. And, I mean, Turbo just doing a fantastic job, and what a shatter.
Into the nano. Oh, my God. That was absolutely cheeky. And that is going to sum up that fight. And now Mammoths really their backs against the wall. Sub 1 minute here. Led again by who else? But you said it, that Torb. Turbo, you can't mess with him. He's an absolute menace at this point, and has really been leading the damage for the Barracudas at this point. I mean, just with this combination of Naiwo and Torb, where are you able to find value, right? There's just so much pressure all around here, Ryan. It's so tough. And now the Mammoths, after such a great defensive effort to keep the Barracudas out of their end zone, essentially, are now facing down a hard-held loss here by the Barracudas. The Barracudas have the pressure on, and there's 5 seconds left. The Mammoths are trying to run through. The Shatter goes down, but it's blocked by Fulcrum. Are they able to get on it? They are. Charge tries to go down by BBQ, but it's not in time.
No.
And the Barracudas in the grand finals once more. 3-0 the Mammoths.
I mean,
my heart.
Your heart sobs for it, but it was so incredible to see. I mean, it's just like that Turbo Torb. I mean, what are you going to do about it, right? The Barracudas just showing such a dominant performance there on that Midtown. The Mammoths just not quite able to find their footing, and the Barracudas just winning this grand finals, defending their throne and coming out on top with a nice, clean 3-0. The Mammoths, though, nothing to shy yourself away from that second map, the third map. Those defensive compositions from the Mammoths were just incredible. But the Barracudas just kept swimming no matter what you threw at them, and they came out on top. And I mean, all I gotta say is that if you enjoyed watching those players, be sure to go check out more of them at Esports Tower. That's gonna be on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you want to see some more crazy reactions and some really bad puns about the teams, be sure to go check out Shenandoah at Twitch and YouTube at Shenandoah Esports, and TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at ShenU Esports. But I mean, that was just incredible to see, and who none other do we give our wonderful player of the week to than the one, the only, the Illusion. I mean, we saw so many good plays from Illusion tonight, Kyler.
Yeah, Illusion really led the way for the DPS line of this Barracudas team. I mean, we saw there at the end, we saw Turbo also kind of start to dip their toes in as well as Naiwu. But I'm an Illusion really was just rock solid throughout, continuously as they have been. So many plays on that Widowmaker that just make you scratch your head and just make you feel bad for the team. I mean, to look at this, led the way here in a massive hit. Don't even bother rezzing when Illusion is around because they're just going to make sure that it doesn't matter anyway. Just incredible play. Again, really led the way here from the DPS line of this Barracudas team. So much talent all around here, though, with that being said. Can't say enough about any of these players. Big play right there. Just showing how much value they get, even when they're not alive, right? They just go around all the time. They're able to, again, just put out so much value from every angle here, as you can see.
And you know, Illusion, he definitely was taking advantage of that Score Pro advance at esportstower.com. You know, he's improving his game sense, team play, and performance under pressure. And, you know, got place against some great matchups and some professional coaches to help Illusion get to where they wanted to be. I mean, that player of the week presented by Esports Tower could not have been any less needed. Illusion just doing incredible work tonight. And I mean, there's nothing else I can really say about that, Kyler. What about you?
Ryan, you're just a professional. And everything about being on this broadcast with you is fantastic. It was a ton of fun again, once more, being here for this Esports Tower Rumble. Shout out to all the teams tonight, all the competitors. There's always so much standout plays. Always enjoy being here. The Barracudas come out on top once more, but I sense something changing here. I feel a little bit of energy happening from these teams getting tired of them being at the top. So I feel like we might see things change up here very, very soon, Ryan.
100%. But that is going to wrap it up for tonight's Esports Tower Rumble. The Barracudas defending their championship throne tonight. That is going to wrap it up. I've been your host, Ryan Blankenhorn. Joining me on the desk tonight has been Kyler Apgar. That's going to wrap it up for us. But please stick around because we got some amazing top 5 plays that you can now enjoy.